What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Dokkan Battle. Now, guys, I've sought a lot of heat for my opinion on TEQ HIT. I know his EZA on paper is really good. And I want to give this dude every opportunity. I mean, literally every opportunity to shine and to kind of show me what he's worth. Now, let me kind of explain why I've been critical and why I kind of reserve my criticism until proven otherwise, okay? Now, all in all, leader skill, fantastic, right? Especially after EZA. After EZA's Key 4, HP attack and defense won 70% to all Universe 6 Saga. Key 3, HP attack and defense, all stats, won 60 as a secondary to USS. So, first of all, fantastic leader skill. Not mad about that at all, okay? And his super attack is raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage with a medium chance of stunning the enemy. Medium chance, you know, it is what it is. But let's kind of address that for a moment, okay? Shall we? Let's go to his passive here. Attack and defense 20% per Universe 6 category ally on the team. So he's really kind of designed to be used on a Universe 6 team. That right there starts to turn me off, because that means that you are limiting this unit to be used predominantly only on that team. That said, there's enough Universe 6 units on USS. But let's keep going, okay? So 20% per Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn. In the same turn. Once again, gotta be USS. Or, I'm sorry, gotta be Universe 6. We'll get to USS. Medium chance of stunning all enemies when all attacking allies in the same turn are Universe 6. We'll get to that. Plus an additional attack and defense 160% performing a super attack, an additional 80% and attacks effective against all types when the target enemy is stunned. So, to get that off, basically you've either got a stun in the previous turn, which means running dual leads like we're doing here, or, well, we'll get to that too. Running Jiren more or less like I am here is another great way to do that. I'll kind of cover that when we're talking about this. Other than that, it's double attack. If you have a unit that... Basically, give this unit double attack. Don't, forget criticals. Criticals are dumb. In fact, I know I do have some critical that's all left over from what we put into it previously. I don't know if it's worth really changing that, but you notice my skill orbs are all double attack, and, of course, putting into SA to try to encourage more SAs. Double attack is critical on this unit, because if you already have a unit... You do one attack, you get them stunned. Once they're stunned, come and do the secondary attack. That's the one that's going to hurt. So, that's a huge factor here. Okay. Attacks. Enemies attack down 20% and defense down 80% for 2 turns. High chance of stunning an attacked enemy for 1 turn. Now, let me just point something out here. High chance of attacking the stunned enemy for 1 turn. Okay? That's not conditional. That's down here. It just says that's after everything else. Just a high chance of stunning. On top of a medium chance to stunning. Legitimately. If medium chance to say, for the sake of arguments, it's 50%. I think it's actually 40% or something like that. But whatever it is. Medium chance of stunning, let's say that's 50%. Let's say a high chance of stunning, and I think it's higher than this, but I think it's was it 80% or something like that? Let's say 75%, just to keep the maths easy. 50%, 75%. You literally have a 60-something% chance of stunning this unit no matter what you do. Actually, a little bit better than that. Just because you have 2 chances of stun there if you don't already do the all-unit stun with everybody on the team. So, initially, I had, kind of was not enamored by this because... he had stun before, but his stun is really good. His stun is unbelievable. Probably the second best stun in the game. And the only other unit that stuns better, frankly, is totally inoperable. So, that's already good enough as it is. Maybe that stun is really phenomenal. But for me, the best thing that he does, the absolute best thing he does, is the all-unit stun. And the only way you're going to get that is when you have a full rotation of Universe 6. That gets to my main issue with units like this. They want you to run Universe 6 units, and that's fine if you're running a Universe 6 team. You could do that also with the Universal Survival Saga team. So the Universe 6 team has a little bit of extra utility. That used to be a B tier team. I would actually upgrade that to A tier because there, as you'll see, so many really phenomenal units on Universe 6 in this day and age. It's surprising how many good units there are there. So Universe Survival Saga, I don't think anybody's going to argue, is an S tier team. That is a fantastic team. That team is wonderful. The problem is, will HIT work on that team? We'll get to that here in a second. Okay, Target Goku, another really good team, but I don't think he's going to fit there. For some reason, I think he's kind of a questionable fit for Universe Survival Saga. Look at these links, okay? Experienced Fighters, Infighter, Tournament of Power, Fierce Battle, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, and Warriors of Universe 6. Now, we already know for USS, if you're not running that, or Target Goku, if you're not running a full Universe 6 team, you're not getting that, period. That link is out the window. Also, Fierce Battle is really easy. Tournament of Power is great, but you're not going to link Tournament of Power on this team. Just, it isn't going to happen. So you could kind of take that out of the equation. Now, these two, yes, you're always going to link them up here. Okay, so that is absolutely always going to happen. Then that becomes more of a thing when you're doing that. So the more you go down the list, the more you start checking some of these off. Okay, Rapid Growth. I'd have to look at the links there, but I'm pretty sure that Experienced Fighters isn't going to be on that team very often. Just throwing that little concept out there. Space Traveling Warriors. That's a weird team. I don't even know where to begin with that one. Legendary Existence. Another weird one. I haven't actually addressed that one. That one actually probably would be pretty good for him, with the exception that if you think about it, there's no Legendary Existence Universe 6 units, are there? Let's see here. There's Hit, Beerus, probably Champa would be on here, I'm guessing. Would be like the closest. But no Caulifla, no Kale, none of that. Yeah. Which I'd argue that at least Kaba should be on that team, but whatever. And then Accelerated Battle. Now, that's an interesting one. I would imagine Kale and Caulifla are probably somewhere down here. If not, then that's a bit of a rip. But if you look at this team already, you can kind of see, like, you know, aside from Goku, you're not going to link up a lot of these links. So, and that kind of comes down to the ultimate problem with the way that I perceive units in this game. I've played enough other gacha games where when I look at a unit, I think this unit should have a ton of utility. This team should, or this unit should work on more than just the Universe 6 team, and then conditionally the USS team. Like, if he's going to work on all these teams, he should link and work well instead of just being an active danger as he kind of is to Target Goku. He's not going to get any of these links at Target Goku. Like, maybe Infighter. I know Infighter, he's definitely going to link up with Goku under some of these other ones, but Shocking Speed, probably. Cold Judgment, most definitely, but Legendary Fighters, probably not. You know, Tournament of Power, absolutely not. You know, Universe 6, absolutely not. So you're really starting to limit your build here, and that's where how I'd really like to address units going forward. I want units to have a ton of utility and to be able to link up a bunch of these links in a good number of these categories. And I feel like there's only 2 categories here where you could really use them, and only one of those is an S tier category. And that's where I start to get critical of this unit. But I'm going to go ahead and give HIT every opportunity to prove me wrong. We're going to do Universe Survival Saga, Extreme Super Battle Road. I'm going to double lead HIT, and let me explain why I'm utilizing this team. Once again, I want to give HIT every possible opportunity to shine. So I've got the LR Kale and Caulifla here, and I've got, I've got the new Kale and Caulifla at 55%. Make no mistake, at 55%, they're still fantastic. Okay, now, I need to link some units up. So, if I go down here, over to Flash, Experienced Fighters, Solid Support, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, and Fierce Battle. This unit gets, what, 3 or 4 key links, or I'm sorry, key links, 3 or 4 battle links right out of the gate. So that's a good linking partner. Now, if I go over to this UI, I'll be honest with you, the only reason he's on this team is for his dodge. That's really the only reason he's here. That is it. Now, that's going to help us survive, and he's going to link up with some of these other units, but that is literally his only reason to be here. Now, then we get to Jiren. Now, Jiren's a fun one because he's another unit that can stun everybody on the team. Not only that, he's got Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, and Fighter, Tournament of Power, and Fierce Battle. 5 links. If we could put Hit in between these two guys, they're going to be phenomenal. But I'll kind of explain when we get in here why that might be a bit of an issue. But let's go ahead and see what our team arrangement is. Ooh, looks like turn 2 we have the perfect situation. The big problem with this ESBR is that turn 1 ain't going to be fun. Turn 1 simply isn't going to be fun. I'm going to go ahead and put Hit on the backside though, and I'm going to drop Chi-Chi just to make sure that we don't take an excess amount of damage on this turn. Might be a little bit of a waste to use that unit right out of the gate, but you know, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and attack Bergamo here. And I want you to bear in mind that when I'm doing these attacks, I'm also considering the simple fact that it's highly likely that Hit could stun. So I'm going to stun Basil, because Basil does tend to be a major pain in my posterior. Okay? So Goku did not dodge. Well, he did dodge there. Dude, you better dodge this one. These essays hurt bad. Oh, come on, dude. Why are you not dodging? Even with Chi-Chi active, these essays don't feel great. Thankfully, it's Chi-Chi and not Whis. Whis is down 40%, and still I've sometimes gotten hit for, you know, without type disadvantage. Like with, you know, type neutral, I've gotten hit for 600k. Goku, what are you doing? I just talked about how much you dodge, and you're just like, I'm just going to eat every attack that exists. At least he's tanking him pretty well, but that's once again because Chi-Chi is in effect. All right. So, there we go. Sorry about that. So here comes Hit. Now, Hit should stun Basil. This should be a thing. Now, the reason that Hit's not going to do his AoE stun is simply because he's the only Universe 6 unit here. Now we've got all Universe 6, and we've got all 3 stun. Now, remember, it's like what I think a medium chance for that. It's not a really good chance, but it is really nice. And since we have multiple hits on this team, I'm going to float Hit. So at this juncture, literally I can just come out of the gate and do my attacks. Like, it doesn't really matter who I target or why I target that person. All that matters is that I just get off a whole bunch of attacks. So, yeah, I want to make sure that Bergamo is still stunned next turn. So I'm going to do that. Now, because remember, while Hit's AoE stun is really nice, it's 1 turn, and that's the biggest downside to it. Now, to be honest with you, if that wasn't the case, he would be so far beyond broken, it's not even funny. But, and it is a handy utility to have. So I'm not griping by any stretch, and I'm not criticizing it. All I'm simply saying is, you know, yes, it could be better, but oh my god, would that be so unbelievably busted. All right, let's get back down to it, shall we? So he's dead. Are we attacking Bergamo here? Yeah, we're attacking Bergamo. Oof, man. Okay, so let's see if Hit actually gets a stun here. Come on, dude. All right, so he did get the stun. Oh, looks like he killed him. And now we're going to hit Basil. Oh, my goodness. Are we going to... Dude, are you going to stun him? Please. Oh, he got a crit and he killed him, but he didn't stun him. All right, you know what? You know what? I'm just going to profess right now. I think I was wrong. Let's see how he does for the rest of the fight. But, my God. That was insane. That was pretty nuts. Now, Jiren, let's see if Jiren does his AoE stun. Now, the big downside to all this is I really need to get a hit on this team between these guys. And that is basically going to grenade this team. once I do this, this team is going to start falling apart at the seams. But I think it is worthwhile if I'm totally just being honest here. Let's do this. So I want Jiren to attack them. Jiren doesn't hit very well. He's definitely a unit that has aged extremely poorly. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. With them, I want to make sure I'm attacking AGL hit. There we go. And we're not going to get to use super, so I'm not going to waste too many orbs. I'm just going to go ahead and one more time attack them. Now, the one thing I will say here is with Jiren and this AoE stun that he's got, I'm not going to count that in favor of hit, although he is the main reason that I'm using he's being used on this team. He's about the only one that really links up Cold Judgment. So I guess I could chalk that up to hit, but I almost feel like it's giving hit too much credit because Cold Judgment doesn't link very well in this team. And that is kind of the downside, is that you've got a handful of units that have Cold Judgment, and most of them are pretty bad. Jiren's the only one that's pretty respectable, and Jiren's only, you know, respectable because of his little, you know, MacGuffin tool there. Now, this is a hilarious moment here. We got hit, and everybody's stunned again. I mean, man, how do you unpack this? Like, this is absolutely hilarious, in all the wrong ways. I mean, it's humorous, but like, man. Like, I'm trying to be critical of hit here. Like, and that's the whole thing. It's like, I don't want to sit here and gush about this unit, because I do still in my heart of hearts, I'm going to try to hopefully we kill Caulifla, and then Kale will get stunned. That's kind of my hope here. Let's see what happens. It's really down to these two on this turn. So I'm trying to be critical of hit, and I'm trying to really showcase like a situation that I feel like, you know, is probably both his best possible situation, but also, like, you know, the only real situation outside of Universe 6 where I think he's viable. But if I'm totally honest here, his team is kicking ass. Like, you can't argue that this team isn't just destroying, because they are. Every time we turn around, this team is doing something else unbelievable. And we've only dropped one item. I want to emphasize that right now. One item has been dropped. An extreme SBR. And we are absolutely in range to beat this maybe next turn. Okay. So if hit will get the stun, which is what I really want, we'll be in perfect shape. I don't suspect Jiren's going to stun. I don't think we're going to get that lucky. So, but he did get the stun, and he got the kill too. Okay, I want to emphasize. I just want to emphasize something here. This is literally like a 1 in a million chance. And I'm going to grenade this team after this. But I want to showcase something. I just want to see what hit can do here. Okay? He needs no key. He has linked up everything except for Warriors of Universe 6. He's got maximum links. Now, he is only level 1 links. I've not leveled him up. I've never seen the value in him. And I'm going to be totally honest here. I really did not see him getting this far in this battle. I really did not expect or perceive this to be the case. I'm genuinely and honestly completely shocked. I thought this was going to be a Dokkan hot take, and at this juncture, it looks like this is just me eating my words. How silly is this? How silly. We may have to go back and retest him on like Target Goku or something like that. Because once again, I will say this about TEQ HIT. If he comes back around, he's not a unit you want to chase. Because it is going to be so incredibly conditional. And it's only that we've gotten such an insane buff to USS, and that it is such a crazy category to begin with so many, you know, techniques and so many different units and so many different, you know, things going for it, that it is as good as it is. But if I'm totally fair and honest here, he is absolutely blowing my expectations out the window. I didn't even see what the attack stat was there. but it was a 3 mil crit. So I imagine his attack stat was pretty nutso. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch the footage. But my goodness. Now here's the downside. We're not going to get the AoE stun here. Pretty obvious why not. I am going to tempt fate here. I am going to drop Chi-Chi. I feel I'm going to drop Whis. This is literally just going to make sure we don't take a huge amount of damage. I want to end this. And if I end this with 3 units dropped, 3 items dropped after already saying, like, this is me blowing this team to pieces, like blowing this team wide open and really ensuring that they don't produce the damage that they're really designed to produce. I really don't know what to tell y'all. Like, this is pretty crazy. There's no you know, there's no sugarcoating it. This is bonkers. Yeah, let's do that, and let's save that key for next turn. I feel like that key is going to be better suited for the follow-up turn. Okay, let's see what this SA does. Probably nothing. 20k. All right. And notice they hadn't attacked yet, so after this, it would have done like 2-digit damage. So yeah, I was right in dropping those items. But I do feel like if had I not, he would have absolutely ruined our lives. And notice we're just not producing an insane amount of damage anymore. We're 2 mil, but it's not enough to put a dent in Vegeta. And I don't have a strength unit to attack with him, so I think this is probably pretty close to my best possible situation. Though they're producing a lot of extra SAs. I did not honestly think this team was going to be like this. I really did not. I came out of the gate today expecting to produce this is why TEQ HIT sucks team, and I'm over here like, I 100% stand corrected. He is absolutely phenomenal. But I want to emphasize he's phenomenal for these 2 teams. I don't think he's going to be that crazy good on any of his other teams. Now, to be fair, USS is probably one of the top tier teams. It is out there. It is nuts. And there's so many great units for it. But once again, I find it's necessary to be critical and to, you know, approach this with a critical mind, with, you know, like, approach this as a rational person trying to determine, you know, is this a unit that's worth investing in? And while he is this insanely good right now, if there ever comes a time where, you know, USS, Universe 6, and whatever are really, like, no longer even remotely usable, because, you know, like, you know, who knows what 7th anniversary is going to bring, then you've got a team that's just out of sorts, so to speak. I'm going to go ahead and try to stun Goku. But yeah, I'm... Oh, we lost some of our defenses. All right. I thought those were all for 2 turns. Apparently Chi-Chi's 1 turn. I didn't pay enough attention. That's okay. Even if I lose this, I'm not losing sleep. Like, this is a pretty wild and crazy scenario. I really don't want to lose this. I actually want to go through with this. Come on, guys. Let's produce a crit here and finish this up. Man, to squander the opportunity here would literally be like a gut-wrenching, terrible scenario. And I would feel horrible if we lose this on a technicality. We got the stun! Ladies and gentlemen, he got the stun, which means he's probably going to get a crit and more damage this time. Let's go. Now, Jiren did not get the stun, but I think it's plenty fair to say we could pack it up right now. Aside from taking like a sucker punch essay or something like that, I think we can easily say this is pretty much in the bag. Let's see. We'll have them attack him. And I want to also point out that Jiren does not have the best defenses. So him not being attacked is going to help this out big time. Now we're going to get S8 here. This isn't going to feel great, but I don't think it's going to kill us. Ooh. Did not feel great was an understatement. Also, I appreciate the fact that they dodged the other attacks instead of, you know, dodging the SA. See, now I'm just like I'm involved in the team, and I'm enamored, and I'm enjoying this, and I really came in here with like this negative mindset. So, yeah. I got nothing, guys. I'd say I'd eat my hat, but here, I'll bring in another hat. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to eat my hat. I'm officially speechless. I'm officially... And to be fair, like there was a certain portion of this that was Jiren's doing. But, you know, I'm not going to deny this team their due. They absolutely have it. They absolutely deserve it. They have absolutely earned it. And Hit has 100% been a factor in that. So, I'd say hats off, but I'm not taking it off. My headphones are there, and I'm not going to screw them up. Just completely impressed. Completely floored, shocked, and just... I have no other words. I have no other words. In fact, we would have not needed to blow as many items. We could have just done probably a one-item exchange had I played this correctly. Like, I really screwed up and spent more items than I needed to. Because I wasn't paying attention. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. TEQ Hit is a treasure, a dream, and the SBR God. Let's try them on some other teams tonight on the live stream. Usually happens between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. Depends on what time we end Phasmophobia. But for now, I'm going to go play some Phasmophobia. I'll see you guys tonight for the live stream. Subscribe, stay up to date. Join the Discord in the description down below. I will blast out a link when that live stream does go live. Like I said, usually between 12:30 and 1 a.m. And hope to see y'all there. Or we'll do more TEQ Jiren testing. It'll be fun.